Hey everybody, it's Lo and welcome back to my channel, Lo Without Limits. Today I'm going to be sharing with you 5 tips to stay healthy while you travel. So if you want to see those, then just keep watching. Alright, now that it is officially summer, that means that there will be a lot more traveling going on. Unless you're also watching this video months later, then maybe for your Thanksgiving travels or your winter travels. Whenever your travels are, you want to stay healthy during the traveling itself and on the trip. So these tips are just super simple and super easy that some people just really don't think about, but they really will help you just stay good on your trip. So the first one, of course, is hydrating. When you're on a plane, I have the facts. The humidity on that airplane can go down to below 20%. And you may think like, oh, well, nobody likes humidity. It makes my hair frizzy. Well, an average day, a normal, not frizzy day, is about 60%. Once it gets up to 80, like that's gross. Count me out. But 60% is a normal, beautiful day, like one may find here in Los Angeles. On the plane, it is a third of that. So when you get off the plane and your throat feels dry, especially if you fall asleep, and if you're like me, you fall asleep like, not good for the throat. But your skin feels dry, you just feel so gross. It's because all that humidity needs, like that low humidity, and that air just like needs moisture. So it starts sucking the moisture literally out of your throat, out of your body. So a way to replenish that is to just stay super hydrated. And that way you're not going through all those little mini cups every 5 seconds that they give you and having to like ding for the flight attendant to fill up your little mini cup again. You know, I love a good reusable water bottle. Of course, bring your own water bottle. When you go through security, make sure it's empty. Chug it right beforehand. And when you're in the terminal, there's actually water fountains everywhere. So when I was waiting for my flight to go to Michigan, I was there and I think I filled this up like 3 times in that morning because it was so early and I just knew that I was gonna be so dehydrated on the plane. So I thought I'd just drink up a lot of water then, and then you can just keep filling it up, and then that way you're not requiring as many of the little mini cups of water when you're on the plane itself. And that's also good for once you're at your location, if you're somewhere where it's gonna be hot, where it's gonna be muggy, if you're doing a lot of walking around. On my trip, it happened to be like raining the whole time and it was with family mostly. But if you're somewhere, if you're going on like a nice trip to Europe, it's gonna be warmer. You're gonna be doing a lot of walking. You're gonna need water. Having your own water bottle and finding a fountain not only reduces your environmental impact, but it also saves you a lot of money, because if you keep buying like a $2 bottle there, $2 bottle there, that adds up, and that's money that you can be buying a magnet with, and instead you're wasting on water. And another way to stay hydrated is for your skin to stay hydrated. So I packed this little guy. It is the Glam Glow Thirsty Mud Hydrating Treatment. I actually stole it from my sister. She said I could have it though, so it was like a okay stealing. And I really like this. It's like a night treatment mostly. You can put it on and after 10 minutes you just like rub it in more. And it's so thick and creamy, and it's small so you can take it through security. I threw it in my backpack. And once I got on the plane, I put it on my face because I knew that all the moisture was just gonna be sucked out of my face. So not only hydrate your body, but hydrate the outside of your body as well. Tip number 2 is to stretch and just keep moving. This is especially important if you're on a really long flight. So what I like to do is in this bag, this is the one that I take to the gym, or if I can like throw this in like my check bag if I'm going somewhere for a longer period of time. It has all my resistance bands, the loopy ones and like the long flat ones. The only ones it doesn't have are the really long thick loop ones because those are just kind of heavy. But this is my bag of all my resistance bands. I got this bag from Straps Unlimited. It's my friend's family's like bag making company. So it's really good, really durable, waterproof, which I know that because I just got water all over it. And holds on my things, and they also gave me a little tiny one. So this one, I'll take like a flat one or 2 circle ones and just put it in here, and I can throw this on my carry-on backpack. And it's really good for just if you're waiting for your flight and you just wanna like stretch it out a little bit, or when you're at the hotel, especially if you don't have a hotel gym available. I also just posted a video, actually a couple weeks ago, on my Instagram of different exercises that you can do while you're traveling just in your hotel room, and some you can do with a resistance band, and you can do them all without a resistance band as well. So stretch it out, and even when you're on the plane, people are like, oh, I don't want to like use the plain restroom, but I actually use that as an excuse. One, because I'm drinking so much water, I have to pee every 5 minutes. Two, it's a good excuse to like get up and like while you're walking down the aisle to get there, I kind of do like a little lunge while I'm waiting and kind of like stretch my ankles out a bit, because you're sitting in these seats and you're just like so crammed. And I always try to get the aisle, big aisle gal, so I can like stretch out my legs a bit, but you're still so crammed in there. So it's really, really good to stretch, and it's really important to just get up and move a little bit, like at least a little bit of movement once every hour or once every 2 hours, especially for those really, really long flights. You don't want to get deep vein thrombosis. I don't know what it really is, but I always hear about it for long flights and it doesn't sound like a lot of fun. So again, when you're staying for a long time, whether you're in a car on like a road trip, at least that's easy. You can like pull off to the side, go get some gas, go use the restroom, stretch it out a bit. Or a plane, a train, whatever other forms of transportation there are, Elon Musk's tunnel thing, whatever you want to do. Just be sure to get up and stretch a little bit. And especially if you're somewhere where you are walking around a lot, if you're not used to like walking thousands and thousands and thousands of steps every single day, after your first day somewhere, it's like exhausting. So even in the morning or in the evening before you go to bed, stretch it out a little bit, because your body isn't used to all this activity of like walking, going upstairs and all this sightseeing. So be sure to stretch and just really take care of your body. That way you can enjoy the rest of your trip and you're not on like the second day of all the walking feeling like your butt's gonna fall off. Number 3, and this one I get from my mom. I'm not as crazy as my mom for it. Sorry mom, I know you're watching. But my mom's like every 5 seconds, do you need hand sanitizer? Do you need hand sanitizer? And I think as a kid I got sick a lot because I did use so much of her hand sanitizer that I wasn't used to germs and bacteria, and now I don't use hand sanitizer every second. Like I wash my hands when I need to and like before I eat or whatever, but I'm not sanitizing everywhere I go. So I've actually gotten sick a lot less, but where I still like to keep it nice and clean and sanitized is a plane. Also like trains, I'm sure, but planes are honestly one of the most disgusting places. The humidity's low, everybody's coughing, that air gets circulated for however many hours you're on there. For some reason, everybody likes to go on the plane when they're like dying of the swine flu or something. Like nobody flies healthy. Everybody's always sick. There's always one person, they sneeze 10 rows back and you know you're gonna breathe that. Planes are gross. And then they land the plane, everybody gets off, they do a quick little wipe down, make sure there's no trash, and then you get on. There was no like deep cleaning of a plane. I can't tell you the last time a plane has probably ever been deep cleaned. I thought I heard a bug. I think it was my phone, whatever. So tip number 3 is to sanitize. I keep these in my little carry-on backpack as well, and as soon as I sit down, get those little armrests, get the tray. Even if you're not gonna use the tray, just clean it because it's gross. The little tray thing that keeps it locked up, the TV, the little seat buckles, because that's what you're gonna be clipping in and out every time you have to get up to pee and stretch and do whatever. It's gross, so just clean that. Maybe clean the headrest a bit. I always wear like a hoodie that has a hood, which is what a hoodie is, so I can like put that over my head so that way my hair is not really touching it. Just when it comes to planes and things like that, that is where I channel my mom and I just clean everything because those are so gross. But hand sanitizing wipes and things like this also really dry out your hands. So that goes back to tip number 1 of hydrating and just like having a moisturizer, because once you use this, your hands are gonna be like so dry that it hurts. So just put a little bit of moisturizer on afterwards. 1 and 3 go together like that. But sanitize because planes are disgusting. I also got some of these, I think it's for Christmas. I put some in Clemens's like stocking, and he was flying back home to Germany and he was like, oh, the hand sanitizing wipes actually really came in handy. And I was like, I know. And tip number 4 is sun protection. Any part of you that's gonna see the sun like not wearing clothes right now needs a little bit of sunscreen. Of course, if you're going somewhere tropical or somewhere where there's beaches, make sure it's a really, really clean sunscreen. It should be a clean sunscreen no matter what, because you don't want those estrogen disruptors and just all that gross stuff that's in sunscreen that everybody's kind of learning about now. And because everybody's learning about it, because there's so much news about it, there are a lot of really good brands and a lot of really good sunscreens out there. So do your research, find ones that you like, and they don't have to be super, super expensive. This is one that I really like, and I got it at CVS, 10 or 12 bucks, not super expensive. It's the Sun Bum, and it's SPF 50. And SPF 50 is actually the highest you should go. Any higher than that, one, doesn't give you any extra protection. Two, could actually do like the reverse. Like once it gets too high, like there's too much stuff in there, it actually does the reverse of like protecting your skin and like just gives you more chemicals. So anything that's gonna see the sun, even if you don't plan on like laying out, if you're gonna be walking around a city and like the sun is out, throw on some sunscreen. Just because you don't wanna be burned, again, ruins a trip. And if you are going somewhere where you do plan on laying out, start out gradually. Like if I know, hey, I'm gonna go to Hawaii next week, I plan on being in the sun like this for a good like 2 hours every day. Maybe on my weekends or when I'm free, lay out by my pool for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, if that's something that you wanna do. Of course, there are consequences with like laying in the sun, and to each their own, but I do like laying out in the sun, getting that vitamin D, getting a nice little summer glow happening. But if that's something that you wanna do, lay out gradually every single day. One year, my family and I did actually go to Hawaii, but my dad was there to work. So while my mom, my sister, and I were laying out a little bit every day, getting our gradual tan, making sure we didn't sunburn because we did it slowly, by the end, the last few days that we were there, my dad thought he could catch up to us. And he turned into a lobster. So don't do what my dad did. And if you're going somewhere that you plan on laying out because you want to look tropical, like you just got back from Hawaii, it looks so nice, maybe go there with a nice fake tan. This is Loving Tan 2 Hour Express. I like this one because it's 2 Hour Express. I also have the Isle of Paradise tan, but that one's like an 8-hour one, so I have to do it at night, go to bed, wash it off in the morning. So that one's a little bit more work, so I do prefer the 2 Hour Express one. And that way you can go and you don't feel the need to like go lay out to get that tan because you're already tan. You're already tropical. You're looking good. So that also helps, especially if you just like really don't want to risk laying out in the sun. Just keep fake tanning. Nobody will know. I threw on a fake tan and I was like, yeah, I went to the beach every day. You don't know my life. And my last healthy travel tip is to eat healthy, both while you're traveling and then while you're at your location. So of course, if you're somewhere where there's cool cuisine or you're gonna be eating with family, doing all these things, don't limit yourself, like still live your life, have a good time, try new things, but also be aware of maybe any intolerances that you have. If you're here and your body doesn't like dairy and cheese, when you go to Paris, your body still might not like the cheese. So just keep that in mind, but at the same time, don't limit yourself. And eating healthy starts from the like leaving and going to there. So what a lot of people don't know is that you can take a lot of food through security if you have little bags of nuts, granola bars, all kinds of little things. My dad brought in like a yogurt, you can bring in fruit, all that can actually go through security. Actually, fruit's a little weird if you're like going to Hawaii. It's a weird thing. But besides that, you can bring a lot of things through security, and that would be a lot cheaper to do it before you get to the airport versus when you're in the airport and everything is like 4 times as much as it should be because they have you trapped, so they can just charge you whatever. But of course, if you forgot before, then you can get some things when you're in the airport, and having those snacks on hand in your carry-on bag will help not tempt you when that cart goes up and down and everything is so salty. It's like salty cheese, it's salty pretzels, salty nuts, salt, everything going up. And then on top of all the moisture being sucked out of your body, then to add salt, I feel like it's just a really bad combination. Like, doesn't make sense to me. So having healthy snacks that you enjoy, if you can have a banana instead of the cheese that's going up and down, not only will that stop tempting you, but you'll just feel a lot better. And what a lot of people actually do for longer travel days is to fast for the whole day. So the last flight that I was on was only 4.5 hours, and we got there in the afternoon, so it wasn't a day that I was gonna fast because I knew that when we landed, we can go and get food somewhere. We actually got Panera and I had a really good healthy salad. But if it is a longer travel day, fasting is something that people like to do. Of course, do your research, do try it if it's something that you're interested in and that you know that you can handle, because your body is going through so many different pressure changes. There's a lot of travel, you're sitting down, you're sedentary for most of the day. So not bogging your body down by also having to digest could really help you out while you're traveling and just kind of like reset you. And it also helps your body reset to any time zone differences as well. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can look into that and try that. But for a shorter travel day, like how I just had, I didn't fast, but I did have some snacks on hand. And when you get to your location, find somewhere where you can get healthy snacks, whether it's just like a little corner store, or since we were still in the US, we went to a Target and I got some Kind granola bars that are gluten-free and had 7 grams of protein, which were really helpful for just in the morning, and especially after my dad and I went to the gym. They're also really small, so I could throw them in my purse if I didn't know when we were gonna have lunch or dinner, just so I could have something to snack on if I got super hungry throughout the day. And it's something healthy to snack on besides just going and running in somewhere and grabbing a bag of chips. So be sure to have healthy snacks available just in your hotel room or in your bag as you're going along, especially if you're doing a lot of walking that day and you don't know when or where you will get your next meal. And as well as meals, while you should enjoy the cuisine of wherever you are, maybe try to make one of your meals each day a healthier meal. Like one of the meals is a salad or just like a really well-rounded meal with a lot of greens and some protein. And the other one can be like your fun meal, like a good healthy lunch and like your fun dinner of where you're trying wherever. Maybe it's a little heavier, it's more like a bit carb heavier. And try to balance it out. That way you don't feel bogged down, you feel fresh, and you can come back from your trip without feeling just like so lethargic and bloated and gross. You can know that you had fun, you stayed healthy, and you still got to enjoy wherever you were while staying healthy and just like staying fresh. And it also just like helps your mind, it gives you more energy, and it allows you to enjoy your trip more when you're feeling just so much better and you're feeling like you have the energy to go and walk around besides just feeling so lethargic and like bogged down the whole time. So those are my 5 healthy travel tips. I really hope you liked them. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment down below what your healthy travel tips are and what you want to see more of on my channel. And while you're there, be sure to subscribe. I upload a new video every Wednesday. So until the next one, thanks for watching.